Welcome to Prep Sports Network's Coaches Show. I'm Brian Stanley. Joining me is head coach of your Mission Prep Royals, David Schuster. Coach, welcome back from an exciting win this week with your Royals beating the Atascadero Greyhounds 27-7. Coach, tell us a little bit about this game and how you saw this play out. I can tell you a little bit about these stats. So let's I'll fill the fans in real quick. Kobe White, your quarterback, was 5 for 11, 107 yards, 1 touchdown. Jack Susank had that 95-yard touchdown run. And wide receiver Tyler Garrett had the touchdown catch from Kobe White. So and then our player of the game was from Mama Leah's Pizzeria was Caleb Taco Alalim, and it was a great win to open the season. The Ocean League, to open in the Ocean League this year.
Yeah, it was. I had a prayer when I first got here at Mission Prep 5 years ago. There were a couple of different stadiums that I was very much like, man, it would be awesome. It'd be just a great sign of the Lord showing us favor and blessing our program if we were ever able to get to a point where we were playing those schools at that stadium. And Friday night, Atascadero, being in that stadium and that environment, that's been something I've been wanting to do, take my team up to Atascadero and play them there. Whatever happens. Just being in that environment at that stadium, which I think is one of the best on the Central Coast, it's an awesome deal. And Friday night delivered in every way. It really did. And they were really fired up for us. I felt like our kids were a little bit tight to start the game. Just having a strong desire to do so well against an opponent that we respect greatly, that came out and was very physical with us. And I think a lot of, you saw coaches and players, everybody started trying to do a little bit too much and started doing everybody else's job and kind of started getting a little bit chaotic. And so at some point in the first quarter there, we finally just called timeout and told everybody, just, hey, shut up and do your job, focus on your assignment, and you're going to be just fine. And so, that kind of, the fact that Atascadero tested us like that at the beginning there was great. I greatly loved the physicality of the game all night long. They were super, they did not let off at all. Felt like we executed very well in the second half. We did not execute hardly at all in the first half. And again, I think it just got back to, hey, we're in league. We're competing against some teams that we haven't really historically faced, in a great environment with, the band's loud, the fans are loud. Everyone understood the intensity of that game and how much everyone was going to be fired up to play. And I was extremely happy with the way our team responded to some adversity. Atascadero certainly gave it. And I felt like in the second half, our team rebounded, kind of got back to fundamentals, executed at a high level, felt like defense, with the exception of the first drive, defense really locked in, did a great job, and really followed all their fundamental goals that we have. And especially in the second half, just severely limited what they were able to do. And that gave us the opportunity to kind of reset and take over the game at that point. But, we had a lot of errors, a lot of stupid mistakes, a lot of penalties, and a lot of areas for us to improve in. And I think a lot of that gets back to the fact that Atascadero really executed very well. They came after us. They did not back off, man. They came in with full intentions to throw down, which made it a great game. And, got a lot of respect for them, for Coach Cooper. And league is awesome, man. There's nothing like league games and competing with those teams every year. And that's why everyone loves watching football.
Yeah, Coach, you opened league for the second year in the row with a win. Last year, you beat the Nipomo Titans 24-10. But let's continue to talk about this game, this league opener. Caleb Alalim was our player of the game for Mama Leah's Pizzeria. talk a little bit about his performance, because you had him in the backfield. He was doing some work on the defensive line, doing some work on the offensive side of the line. A lot of work this game for you, a lot of different spots on the field. And we called his name a lot, and we really felt that he earned that spot as player of the game.
Yeah, Taco has become one of the most beloved members of the community at Mission Prep, not just the football program. He's well loved by the teachers, staff, and faculty love him. He's one of the nicest, sweetest kids, but he's got a true Warriors mentality when he's on the field, man. He's a warrior in every way. And he's really, I think, done an incredible job of teaching and mentoring some of the younger kids on how to manage your time, some personal discipline, what it looks like to actually truly be a warrior on the field, and then what it looks like to be the most respectful kid on campus. And so there's a lot of kids who've really started to model themselves after Taco. I can't begin to tell you just how much the school and myself personally love this young man. He's just become a special representation of our program. And he competes at a very high level. He's incredibly strong. He can do so many things across the board. And as the season's gone on, we've just tried to find more and more ways to incorporate his skill set in different ways. We moved him to fullback in some personnel packages. He's an incredible nose tackle because nobody can move him. The guy, and he can throw everybody around, and he's an absolute warrior. And then, offensively, man, he sets the tone for us in every way on the offensive line. So he's kind of our alpha. Everyone rallies around him and Jack Susank, those two together. And, he's a special young man. So very, very proud of him.
Well, I'm glad you brought up Jack Susank as well, because that brings me up to my next topic. And that is the information I found thanks partly to you through 24/7. 247sports.com. You had posted that Caleb Alalim is a 2-star recruit. So I went on and started plugging in names and seeing who would pop up. And I discovered that Jack Susank is also a 2-star recruit on 247sports.com. And we were talking before the show, and that's not something you even knew about. So this might be a Central Coast breaking news that Jack Susank is a 2-star recruit.
Yeah, I didn't know that. He told me right before the show started. So, the reality is for Jack, we're going to announce it actually, ironically. We were going to announce today. He's been committed for about 2 months now to Pomona Pitzer, which it's a D3 school, but it is the hardest school academically to get into in the nation for football, right? And MIT is right below. And so he's got some pretty incredible ambitions about what he wants to do and where he wants to go. He's got a 4.8 GPA. The kid's just, he's Captain America in every way, man. He's a special young man, class president, of the school, team captain. Anything and everything you could ever say about Jack is he's the model of the dream football player you could ever create. It looks like Jack Susank. And so he's incredibly fast, very powerful. He has him and Taco both have true warrior mentality on the field. You can see it when he runs, man. Nobody's tackling that man. No one dude is going to tackle Jack Susank. There's just no way. And I don't think people understand how fast and how powerful he is. And obviously with him being a 2-star, we're pretty pumped up and excited about that. I don't know if it changes anything for him because he knows where he's going, where he wants to go. But it's still awesome and great recognition. We'll certainly push that out today. So.
Yeah, it might just help his efforts of getting into the starting lineup in his first year on the squad. So
yeah, there you go.
And so my computer's running a little slow. So hopefully we don't have a bad connection here, and as we continue to roll on. Central Coast Motorsports is the sponsor of the Coaches Show, and we want to thank them for jumping on board for the remainder of the football season. They are a licensed retailer and installer of AutoFlex air ride suspension. Great for your recreational trailers. When you want to go out RVing, you have your camper trailer. Put a nice little heavy duty air ride suspension on there. They do disc brakes or brake upgrades. I don't know disc brakes. I'm not an installer, so don't quote me, but why don't you go ahead and visit their website, centralcitymotorsports.com, or give them a call at 805-345-3080. And we again, centralcitymotorsports.com. And Coach, let's talk about the Nipomo Titans. This is a team that I brought up a little while ago. You beat them last year in the season opener, 24-10. They went on to make a run to claim the Ocean League title at 4-1 following that opening loss to you. And now they're currently 6-0 and 2-0 in the Mountain League this year. And this is a team Tony Dodge has fine-tuned. And, often coaches, you have a connection in multiple ways on the field and on the field, because often assistant coaches rotate around. They find new horizons elsewhere. And Eric Terry has found new horizons with Mission Prep via Nipomo Titans. And talk about, so there's a lot of connections here. So I'm just curious about your thoughts about how the Titans are playing this year, because I know your favorite to win the Mountain League is the St. Joseph Knights, but the Titans are looking strong.
I don't know that I have a favorite for the Mountain League. I'm not favoring anybody one way or the other. I just
okay, you don't have a favorite.
I really don't. It doesn't impact us one way or the other.
Yeah, I know.
In terms of, Tony Dodge is one of my favorite coaches on the Central Coast. He and I really get along well. Probably because we're both, defensive guys. He and I have both been defensive coordinators for long periods of time. We both kind of have that defense first mindset, and his defense plays phenomenal football every year. It's kind of what about Nipomo is, hey, they're number one, they're tough, and number two, their defense is going to be just really, really good. And the last year when we played them, I kind of like a lot of the games from last year during the spring, you kind of take it for what it's worth. There's just a lot of extra factors. He was missing a few kids. We had 3 kids right before the game announced that they weren't going to play that year. And we had just all kinds of funky, weird scenarios going on in that game. Nate Reese, who's just an incredible athlete and just he's an absolute stud. Made a couple of key errors, and we were able to take advantage of them. In kind of fluky errors that you don't normally see in games. It was a defensive slugfest on both sides that game, and we just happened to the ball bounced our way that day. I'm not sure it would bounce our way if we played him again. He's really turned that program into a bit of a juggernaut. I think they won something like 4 or 5 straight Ocean titles and then moved up. And so, they've really got something special over there. I got great respect for him and the program he runs. Eric Terry came over for a number of personal reasons. Nothing related. I know I can speak for him on this, that he's got tremendous love for Nipomo. He loves time at Nipomo. There was an opportunity for him to be at Mission Prep. And I think the Catholic faith of our school was extremely important to Eric and to his family. And I think that was something they really wanted to explore. So, I won't say or answer everything for Eric. I just know, number one, he's been a tremendous addition to our staff. I'm deeply thankful and happy he's here. I know Tony was a little bit Like, okay, when he left Nipomo for us. But I know there's great respect on both sides. And there's a lot of community overlap, between the two schools with, John and Kevin Hitchin. Kevin's our AD. John's on my coaching staff as well. Cara Susank teaches there. There's a number of different community and family members that have a great relationship with Mission Prep and Nipomo. And so, we really respect him. We like him. I think he's doing some special things, and I'm rooting for him and excited to see him continue to have success up there. So.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to say you were poaching coaches. That's what I was
No,
trying to say. New horizons. Trying to put it the best way possible, because that's what you do. Coaches do often go for new horizons. So, and he was going for a new horizon. So, thanks, Coach. Let's go. Let's wrap this show up talking about this week's game. For many of your players, this is kind of a grudge match. Last year, the Saints took the victory over you guys, and now you're looking. A lot of these players is their senior year. They want to get that junior year loss back under their belt with a W against the Santa Maria Saints, who are 2-4, 0-1 in the Ocean League under first-year head coach Albert Mendoza Gutierrez. Coach, this matchup, what can we expect from your Royals?
Well, I've never met Coach before. I'm excited to meet him. I'm impressed with what I've seen on film. And, historically, Mission Prep Santa Maria, since I've been here, the 2 or 3, I can't remember, 2 or 3 times I've played them. It's always been extremely intense. It's been very hard fought. No one team has really dominated the game. It's just been kind of like third, fourth quarter, execution goes a certain way and that team generally wins. And so, both teams are very physical, and that's certainly the case again this year. You can watch on film and see Santa Maria has no problem throwing down on people. They got no problem bringing it. And so we're expecting, like it normally goes, this is going to be very hard fought. It's going to be extremely intense, and it doesn't matter what our kids are or how many stars they have. Santa Maria has no problem throwing our kids around sometimes, and vice versa for our side as well. So I've the two times I've played Coach Ellington, just great respect for him and how his program operates, and it looks very much like this new coach is doing a lot of the same stuff, and that's a compliment to him and the things that they're doing, because they're doing some really, really good things on defense. People are having a hard time moving the ball on them. They're big. They're extremely strong up front. Their linebackers play really well and are pretty well coached. And then offensively, they take their shots when they're there, and they're very patient. And so we've really got to play great. Great defense again to kind of keep the game in our favor. And then offensively, when the opportunities are there, we cannot miss those opportunities. And we missed a few of them against Atascadero. And you can't afford to go down to Santa Maria, a team that has historically played us as tough as they always do, and miss your opportunity. So we've really got to take advantage, execute at a high level. It's all the same coach speak stuff, but it's all true. You got to execute. You got to do your job. And, so I'm excited for it. I'm excited to get down there again and play them again. It's always a very hard fought game, and you I look forward to those things.
Yeah, you say hard fought. Last year's matchup was 16-7. That's nearly a 2-score game, or that is a 2-score game, very tightly contested 2-score game. And you're 1-1 against Santa Maria in your coaching career. Not that you never worry about those numbers, but we'll just throw them out there since they're in my fact sheet. And Mission Prep as a school in the what I call the Max Preps era, because that's the only information I have available to me, is 5-3 against Santa Maria in 11-man football. So that is our information there. And athletic director, our Dan Ellington, has moved up. That's why he is no longer coach at Santa Maria to athletic director at Santa Maria High School. So he's been promoted. So congratulations to him officially from Prep Sports Network. I don't think we put anything out congratulating him. And that game is taking place this Friday, October 8th. Kickoff is at 7 p.m. Pregame starts at 6:45. And it's taking place at Dave Boy Field at Ralph Valdivia Stadium on the campus of Santa Maria High School. You can watch that game live at prepsportsnetworks.com. Coach, anything I missed?
Oh, excited to get after it.
Let's get after it then. I'm Brian Stanley for our executive producer, Chris Sylvester, head coach of the Mission Prep Royals, David Schuster. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you next time.